Hey guys, how you doing? It's that time again. Welcome. I'm Zafra991, but you can call me Jack. And today, we're still in round 4, but this is part 2. TT Cup. Let's do it. So we're starting in a fairly decent position here. Starting in P4. And we're going to try and get a good start for the first time. We're going to try and make it work. How well is it going to go? Actually, I think that's the best start I've actually had in like ever. So let me know, guys. Out of how many out of 10? How good is it? Yeah, we're starting, and this is a fairly brutal race. You can see on the mini map here, it is just savage. Sorry about that, Blitz, for the bump, but I had nowhere to go there. This is just an utterly brutal race. If that first corner wasn't anything to go by, Tweetman with the hazards on. That's I don't know who that was for specifically there, but we'll acknowledge it. Baz gets an amazing move done there, and someone goes jumping in the distance. I think that was Gecko Racer. But anyway, guys, lots to begin with there. Let me introduce the race. So we're doing 8 laps here, and we're doing around Fuji short. There you go, tongue twister there. We were in Red Bull Ring in the last video. Now we're over here in Fuji, and this is a track which I think I actually feel fairly fast at. So my qualifying time wasn't perfect, but I don't think I had any slipstream to work with. I was pretty much doing it purely based on the race pace. So I actually feel relatively fast at this one. And you're going to see here, we actually do get shoved wide a little bit there. There's a lot of argy-bargy in this one. Just a little warning here now. It's a very filthy race. So obviously, stay tuned for what there is to come. This is a brutal race. Now we need to be consistent here. We started in P4. Ideally, want to finish better than P4, and we pretty much have a solid race here. There's just a couple of errors, so I won't spoil them for you, but you will see them shortly. So anyway, we've just finished the first lap. We are down into P5, so we have lost the position, but problem is on this track with our current slipstream, there's just no way to break off, and this track's very much long straights and then fast corners, and because of that, everyone's in the fight, and you're going to see later on how many people could potentially win the race. So I give Tweetman a bit of room here, and I actually try and go up the inside of Dynamic Styles, but he's got the inside, and I need to give him space, so that I do. We have a little bit of a bump, but we're all good still. We're going to really just try and keep it consistent, because that's what I need to focus on doing. Because one mistake and it could be over just like that. So, and I need to try and just stick towards the head of this pack here. So we're back in P4. Only briefly though, we get a bump on the right hand side there. I think someone was going for a move, and I don't think that was the best place to do so, but of course, you know, just going to keep on going for now. There's a couple of plays which I think are a bit 18 rated, if you will. So, but for now, we're just going to keep it going. We've not had anything too bad. We've had a couple of bumps here and there, but we're back into P4, so we're kind of where we want to be, just ideally promoted. So we have Gorillas behind us here, and you'll see with racing Gorillas in this one, you'll see I have just the edge around some of the coming out the corners here. Baz goes for a couple of moves there. I don't know if that was the wisest thing to do, and I accidentally go into the back of me. I lose my track of my speed. And Gorillas has a beautiful move up the inside. It actually takes a couple of positions, so a fantastic move. And look at the gap behind us here. This is insane. That is solid. Oh, and Tweetman kind of turns into us there, but I don't think he had anywhere to go, so we kind of back off. And I feel like I could have pushed a little bit harder here, but I decided just to let him have it. Again, just to kind of apologise, although he does go for a massive lunge, and actually that's going to part us. Well, you can see we're just going from P5 into P. Well, you can see here into P1 briefly. So there you go, guys, leading the pack. That's right. This is the first time I'm in first place in this league, so that's got to be worthy of something, right? I unfortunately get a really wide line here and actually end up making a mistake. So it looks like Blitz is actually going to go up for a beautiful move on the inside. We get a little bit of a tap, and unfortunately that loses me, well, that loses me pretty much half of the positions. But we do try and make a move work, although we do have a bit of a bump with Gorillas here again. I think that bump from behind did not help, but that was probably my bad on the positioning. He rightfully takes the place back, so I won't argue that. And yeah, we're back into P7. So we briefly got to enjoy a P1 lap 3 there. So I'm going to try and hopefully survive this one. Just a reminder, guys, if you're new, be sure to subscribe if you're enjoying the GT Sport content. If you want to see me keep uploading, just let me know. I do enjoy racing, especially in this league with these fantastic races. It's really fun. So if you want to see more, obviously just let us know. So we got a couple of races going mad there. Tom the Loon and Gecko Racer, I believe it was. Actually, never mind. So he's right behind me. We had a couple of people go wide there. So actually, you're going to be back into P4. So just like that, 1st to 7th to 4th. This, as you see, guys, it is brutal. One mistake and you're out, pretty much. You're still in it, I suppose, but you know it's working and it's timing as well. One mistake at the beginning, you can still be back in it, but one mistake at the end, and that's it. So we're going to try and go for a move here. We do give plenty of room on that one, to be fair, and we're still giving room to Gorillas on the outside. And he's just about. We could just about close the door on him now. So now we're just right behind Blitz. We're back into P2, pretty much where we were last lap. Just of course not in P1, but we're going to try not to make the mistake here, which luckily we do. I keep getting myself confused with that corner. I know it's the short version, but I'm not really familiar with this one. I'm more familiar with the other one. Obviously I won't argue. That's one that's awkward corner to deal with, but yeah, it's just practice really. Now this is a huge lunge by Gorillas here. I mean, fair enough. It, you know, it didn't lose me time or anything, so that's fine. I actually have a really poor exit onto this back straight, as you can see, so I just let him go. I think it's the smartest thing to do. And we got Baz behind us as well. So we're going to just try and keep in a slipstream here, but it might be wisest to let him just have it. So I'm going to try and center myself out and just try and that's it. We're just going to pull out. I wasn't sure if bump drafting or pulling out was the right thing to do, so we just decided just to pull out. But because of that, we're actually going to be going 4 wide here briefly, and I'm really not where I want to be here. Again, nowhere to go. But Gorillas has found himself in 1st place, so that's fair enough. I'll happily let him have that position there. No, that's fair. Oh, and I think he breaks a little early here. Unfortunately, making them go into each other. But because of that, again, we're just going to give him that extra bit of space. Probably being very generous here, but I don't want to unfairly take positions. That's just not the way I like to race. And I try not to let it be the way that people interpret myself as well as a racer. I want to be professional and pretty much just all good times. That's what I aim for. So anyway, we're in P3. We're working our way up again. The climb continues. I'm going to just try and outbrake Baz just slightly. And we're actually going to just take that position from Blitz, because he kind of does the same thing we do a couple of laps ago. So we're going to try and look for a decent move here. I think the NSX is actually a smart choice. I think its traction is pretty good from what I remember. I think just generally, just the handling of the car is pretty nice. The TT, which I'm in as well, also a very, very nice handling car. I turned in extremely early here because I did not want to ruin Baz's race. I didn't realise how much of a wide line he took and how much of an inside line I took. So again, I just surrendered the P2. Again, probably being a little bit too submissive here, but we're going to pull out. We're going to pull out. I don't know if that was the right thing to do or not, but I mean, we're now going to be going 4 wide once again, and it's not really where I want to be on the outside. So we're going to just try and just brake a little earlier this time. We're not going to outbrake, we're just going to go with it. And as you see here, guys, just utter carnage. But we're going to just keep working on it. Obviously, we know it. We're still at the top of the pack at the moment, so still relatively decent position in here. And as you see, we're just taking a really, really decent corner there. Oh, Blitz is going for a little bit of a hop. And I almost go for a move on the inside, between these guys, going for the sandwich. But I figure that's not the smartest thing to do. So we think better of it and back out. And we're pretty much getting to the good bit now, guys. So this is where it all starts kicking off. So anyway, here, as you see here, I actually brake just a little bit too late, and I get the corner of the curb. Tom the Loon sliding into our screen here. We get teleported back in time, and as you see, guys, I went from P3 all the way to P14. That one mistake, I accidentally clipped the curb, and I just misjudged my braking marker. Because of that, guys, I just completely messed up. So as you see, we've got a lot of recovery to do, and we don't have a lot of time to do it in. So this is now the point where I need to start pushing. I do start turning towards more aggressive in these last 2 laps here. So we're going to see. We're right behind Heatseeker in the really nice looking livery for the GTR, and he actually goes on the outside. So I'm actually going to take this position here. Really smart racing with Heatseeker here. I really appreciate it. I know our incident a couple of weeks ago wasn't ideal, but Heatseeker is a really nice racer. I do enjoy racing with him. Or her. We enjoy racing with him. There you go. So anyway, we're right behind Tom the Loon. We're in purple sectors here, so potentially a fast lap incoming. As you see, we're not getting slowed down by the beginning of the pack or even the mid pack. We're just racing at our own pace right now, so there is a chance we can get the fastest lap. We're right behind Tom the Loon. We're pretty much 2-man team in it this week. So we really need to just try and be higher up in the pack to make up for the points. So Tom unfortunately gets some penalties, so I'm going to just take that position from him. And we're going to pretty much remember what happened last time and avoid that happening again. I actually cut the corner there. And I can't remember. I don't think I get a penalty here. Gorillas has a little bit of a lag spike there. I don't know if that was my internet or his, but we're just going to keep it going for now. I find we're being at the back of the pack here. Unfortunately, Gecko Racer goes wide and unfortunately loses us time. Tom the Loon smashes into us, but I was just in the wrong place at the wrong time there. So no harm, no foul. That's fine. It happens. Mistakes happen. Yeah, sorry about that, Gecko Racer. Did not mean to go into you there. Heatseeker giving us the hazard. So again, good racing here. I don't actually think he did anything wrong. To be fair, I think that was just a mistake. Just, that corner, a bad exit, and then a couple of us got knocked. But that's okay. That's fine. I'm actually going to brake nice and late here, so we try and get the move on Heatseeker done. But he has the inside, so that's fine. I'm just going to try and look at the cutback, but I don't quite get it done yet. However, with the TT, we've got pretty decent traction and decent cornering speed, I think, as well. So, although we misjudged that corner there, we're on the final lap. We need to try and make it consistent as possible. We set a decent 138.7 in the last lap here, so at least we know we're keeping up. Now, Tom, in the awesome Vimto livery, is still maintaining 10th place. As you see, basically my 2 laps to recover hasn't worked out too well at the moment. I mean, I've gone from P14 to P11, so at least that's something. Now we're going to brake nice and early here because I do not want the same mistakes to happen again. JDP going wide, so we're going to take that position. Grandpa goes gaming ahead of us. He gets a penalty out of nowhere, and I kind of look for a move here. And I think this is a cheeky play by me, but I don't really know if there was contact there or not. So, but I did apologise after that in the lobby, just because I don't know if I knocked him wide or anything there. Felt bad. I still apologise, but yeah, we'll just take that anyway. But we're in P8 now, so we're in the top 10, and this is pretty much a drag to the finish here. But pretty much that's all she wrote on our P position in here. But look up ahead, guys. It gets a little bit brutal. The last couple of seconds here, people are just pushing each other wide. Probably not intentional, but I'm not sure what happened there. But yeah, that was a race full of lots of carnage and in my bottle, of course, as well. Not ideal, but I'll say that P8. It could have been much worse. Thanks for watching. Take care.